Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Around the world, independence movements have reshaped nations, redrawn borders, and rewritten history. Some succeeded, many failed, and almost all underestimated what independence actually requires. From Europe to Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, and right here in North America, regions have asked the same question Alberta is increasingly asking today. Is the current political union still working for us? Now in this video, we will examine successful and failed independence movements around the world. We'll also identify the reasons behind their outcomes and then compare those lessons directly to the Alberta independence movement. Now this is not to promote or oppose it. It is to evaluate it honestly, because history doesn't care about emotions. It only rewards preparations. Now let's begin with movements that succeeded and why. The Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania regained independence from the Soviet Union in 1991 after decades of occupation. They succeeded for three key reasons: a distinct national identity rooted in language, culture, and history, overwhelming public support demonstrated peacefully through mass mobilization like the Baltic Way in 1989, and crucially, international recognition, particularly from Western democracies that never fully accepted the Soviet annexation. Their independence followed legal continuity arguments, collapsed imperial control, not impulsive revolt. Bangladesh became independent from Pakistan in 1971. This movement succeeded because electoral results were ignored by the central government. It also succeeded because economic and linguistic marginalization was severe. The population overwhelmingly supported separation, and international recognition followed after a humanitarian catastrophe made unity politically impossible. But independence came at enormous cost. A reminder that success does not mean stability. Eritrea became independent from Ethiopia after a UN-supervised referendum in 1993. It succeeded due to a clear territorial claim, decades of sustained struggle, formal international recognition. Yet today, Eritrea also shows us that independence alone does not guarantee democracy, prosperity, or freedom. Now let's examine movements that failed or stalled. Catalonia's independence referendum in 2017 failed despite mass public demonstrations because the referendum was declared unconstitutional. Spain retained full legal and financial control. The movement lacked international recognition, and the population itself was divided. This reveals a critical lesson. Without constitutional legitimacy, independence movements rarely succeed. Now let's go to Biafra in Nigeria, which attempted to secede from Nigeria in 1967. It failed due to international isolation, military defeats, economic blockade, and one of the worst humanitarian crises of the 20th century. Now, even strong local support cannot overcome economic strangulation and diplomatic isolation. Well, let's come back home here to Quebec. Quebec's referendums in 1980 and 1995 failed, narrowly in 1995, because the population remained divided. There was economic uncertainty which swayed voters, and Canada responded with reforms rather than repression. This is especially relevant to Alberta. Across every continent, history repeats 5 rules: sustained overwhelming public support, a clear legal and constitutional path, credible economic transition planning, unified leadership and messaging, international recognition. Miss one of these, and independence become unlikely. Miss several, it collapses. So how does Alberta measure up? What is Alberta doing right? Alberta possesses real economic capacity, particularly in energy and agriculture. There is legitimate frustration over federal policy and fiscal imbalance. The movement is political, peaceful, and democratic. Alberta already has strong provincial institutions. These are advantages many failed movements never had. But history raises difficult questions. Public support is not overwhelming or unified. There is no clear constitutional pathway to independence. Indigenous treaty rights, particularly Treaties 6, 7, and 8, complicate territorial claims. International recognition would be uncertain, especially from the United States. Alberta's economy is deeply integrated into Canada's trade, currency, and regulatory systems. These are not emotional obstacles. They are structural ones. History teaches us something uncomfortable but necessary. Independence is not achieved by anger, identity, or grievances alone. It is achieved through legitimacy, unity, law, planning, and recognition. Now, whether Alberta's future lies within Canada or beyond it, the global record is clear. The real risk is not asking hard questions like we're doing. The risk is ignoring the answers history has already given us. Thank you for watching, and if you like this content, please do not fail to subscribe and join the conversations with your comment below. I'll see you in the next video.